Hi there. Happy New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Happy New Year's. No matter when it is that you're watching this. Hi, it's Trisha. Trisha in her 60s. Oh, and Trevor here. I don't know if there's my boy. Of course, he decides to come here right when I start recording. I just wanted to make a little short video, kind of a recap for the year. What a year this has been. And I think everybody can say that pretty much. Anyway, what a year. 2025 certainly did not, was not the year that I thought it was going to be. And I don't think many people thought it was going to be the way it is, especially here in the US. But I just want to do a recap. And, you know, some things I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for, obviously, a lot of things. But first, I wanted to just kind of think about what was going on, you know, a year ago. A year ago, I had just, I had been laid off work for a couple months. I took a cruise, a 12-day cruise by myself, just to say, well, I don't know what the next year is going to be like, so let me go ahead and take this now while I can. This year, I did not go on any big trips or anything, you know, as I usually have. I'm trying to think. I believe South Africa was the last one I went on, which was like a year, you know, not a year and a half, but a year and a few months ago, before I left the bank. So I didn't do anything like that this year. Starting in January, I worked really hard for the first few months, making a lot of videos. I wasn't sure what to do with this channel, and the channel had gotten a good start a couple years ago, actually in 2023, when I had buzzed my hair. And it went from, you know, waist length to buzz cut. I did several videos about that. And because that was something that's a little more viral, I thought maybe I'll be able to continue this on, continue that particular momentum. So I made a lot of videos, hundreds of videos, actually. I made hundreds of videos, trying to find my footing, trying to see, you know, because I was like, I want this channel to be able to support me or something like that, or at least or get some money out of it. That's what my dream was. Didn't end up that way, but that's okay. I gave it an excellent shot, and there were, I guess maybe because it just didn't feel like me as much. I was just more chasing something that would get views. I guess because I was trying so hard, and this gets back to some of the videos that you may have seen lately, where I've just decided I'm just not going to try that hard anymore. I'm just not. So anyway, that's what I did early in the year, January, February, March. I made a lot of videos because I wanted to front load them, because in March, I made the decision to look into going back to college, because I never had I had an associate's degree from the 80s. That's old enough. I had an associate's degree from the 80s, but I never had my bachelor's. And for some reason, it's always been something that has stuck in me, that, you know, part of my imposter syndrome was that I never had my bachelor degree. I knew if I was going to be looking for jobs, if my life took me that way, having the bachelor's degree would very much help that. along, because I'd be able to check that box that says, you know, yes, you've got a degree, that I wasn't able to check before. So in April, I contacted WGU and got, you know, my transcripts and everything, talked to the most wonderful woman. Her name is Vicki, on the enrollment side. And Vicki and I have actually become, you know, little long distance friends now, because she's basically my age. And we just got along very, very well. But we got me in for a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity, because that's what I had a lot of my background in, since that's what I just left. I was able to transfer a lot of the work that I had already done in certifications. And so so it started in May. Because that's all I did, I wasn't working or anything, I was able to complete my degree by July 1st. And that was very exciting, that I actually have my bachelor degree. I was so thrilled I got my bachelor's degree. And at that time, I was still trying to decide what I wanted to do, you know, going forward. I had been doing a lot of thinking in July and August. I did a lot of thinking. I ran the numbers of, you know, my savings and my 401ks and IRAs and things like that. And I had really come to the conclusion that I wanted to retire, that I was able to retire. Again, that's one of those things I'm extremely blessed and thankful for. I discussed this with my parents. My parents had seen me working very hard, you know, especially since they had been up here. So they got to see me, you know, the work I was doing, and especially those last 5, 6, 7 years that were really, really stressful, when I took time off for medical leave, just, you know, for burnout. And then when I went back to the bank, I didn't go back to that same job. I went into this new position, or the last position that I had, which was in cybersecurity. And while I learned a lot there, was very blessed in, you know, the salary and everything. It was really great. When my job was, you know, eliminated, that's when I had to decide what to do next. And that's where we get into this. And then I decided, you know what? Yes, I did get the degree. I have it. But at this point, at least, I want to retire. So in August, we went to Boston for my graduation. And that was nice. I will tell you, they did it up right. The graduation was organized very, very well. They did a great alumni party the day before. Like I said, they did everything very, very well. I was thrilled to be the oldest graduate in this particular graduating class. Went to graduation, so I actually got to, you know, walk up on the stage and shake hands to get your diploma. Because I didn't get to do that back when I got my associates, but I finally got to do it. And that was great. That was great. The second half of the year, or the rest of the year, my partner and I actually had made a decision that we were going to separate. And so most of the rest of the year was waiting for him to be able to find a new living situation, which he did this month. And so we are back now to December 31st. I'm so looking forward to this new year. The only other thing that really has been on my mind and on the minds of millions of other people here in the US, of course, is how things are going on the political side. Since you are, watching this, I'm assuming that you are more of the mindset that this regime is not what you were looking for. I have really kept up a lot with what's going on with the government. It's, the way things are is not it's certainly not what I voted for. And it is not what I don't think anybody really expected. And that's all I'll say there. And like I said, I think you know where I stand on things, and hoping that possibly some of the wilder things will be reined in next year. I don't know, but I believe at least that it is important, even if you've never been political, or you never kept up with things like that to the degree that I'm keeping up with them now. You may want to, if you want to make sure you're not looking at any fake news. I'm going to put my QR code up here, right here, for ground news. So if you would like to subscribe to the Ground News Vantage plan, you can with, I think it's 40% off. And you'll be able to distinguish between fake news and real news. It's very, very well worth it. I believe it is anyway. But because so many things are changing faster than anybody ever thought it would, and not for the better, I feel that it's important to keep track of that. I'm not posting about them. I'm not making political videos. I started doing that, but I was like, no, I don't want to, because there are so many people who are so much better at it than I am. Whoever you get your news from, as long as it is a factual source, even if it leans one way or the other, if you know which direction it's leaning, then you can keep that in the back of your mind of, okay, you take that with a grain of salt, that you know that that's where they're coming from. But let me see, what else went on? Oh, well, of course, the big, big, big deal was having my painting, Luminous Geometry, be chosen to be in an exhibit at the Frist Art Museum. It was there for 5.5 months. I was thrilled. I mean, that's something that everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but that is something that an artist, a painter, you hope that somebody wants to display your art. And it actually happened. That was great. And aside from it being there, I met the most wonderful woman, Jennifer, who runs the gift shop there, the museum store. And she and I became friendly. And she actually ordered items from my painting to sell in the gift shop. My scarves and my tote bags and the magnets and greeting cards. And she bought those. And then this coming year, in 2026, she says she's going to get some earrings. She wants to order some earrings. So I'll make some earrings for her, depending on, what is needed. And I'll make them from my paintings. That is one thing I did start doing in the latter half of the year, was learning how to make the earrings from my paintings, having those ready to sell, because I thought, if I did go to or have a booth or something, then I would have something that's inexpensive and easy to display, easy to, sell. Though if you watched the video here where I said, I'm never going to do one of these again, I'm still feeling that way, unless it's something very, very simple. So that gets back to, again, the last video where I said, I'm never going to do this again. I've decided now that I am just going to enjoy being at this point. I know a lot of people say, well, don't you get bored, or wouldn't you get bored or something if you don't have a job to do, or if you don't have something like that? You know what? Let me be bored for a little while. Right now, Trevor and I are just having the best time watching Reddit, watching movies, going on Netflix or YouTube, keeping up with the news, as I said, keeping up with the news. I'm gonna, in the new year, I have some things that I want to start working on. Now that I have room back in the garage and everything, I am going to get some more tools. I may be borrowing some tools from my father, because my father has every tool imaginable, and work on a couple different projects inside the house, inside and outside the house. I've got a whole bunch of pallets. They're under the deck in the backyard. I've got plans for the pallets as well. It's been a roller coaster year for me. It's been really a roller coaster year. And I don't know, if you have had that type of a year yourself. Luckily I haven't had anything, terrible this year health-wise. I'm still actually in very decent health. I've just had some blood pressure issues, but that's going down very well. That's no problem. I'm going to start working out more with weights, because I do know how important that is. I do have a weight set downstairs that now I can get to, and I can start working on that. So I do have items in the house that I can work on with that. And of course I have my little boy over here. He won't let me grab him. Will you, Trevor? Nope, now he's too far away. Anyway, of course I have my little boy, and he is all I need. I just know that even though there have been challenges this year that I didn't anticipate, I've come out the other side and everything is great. Everything is fantastic. And I want to thank you first off for watching my videos. I'm so thankful for the viewers I have. I'm so thankful for you for watching and commenting and liking my videos, because I've gotten to the point where, yes, I know this isn't going to make me money, but that's okay. Again, it's fun. If I want to make a video like this because I want to, and I'm not putting any expectations on it, I'm not putting any expectations on painting, because I'm gonna get back to painting again. Other than my 4th of July paintings, I haven't really painted in a couple years. And so I'm gonna get back to that, because I can. 2026 is gonna be a beautiful, beautiful year. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for all the blessings that I have had this past year in 2025. I'm very thankful for my parents. My parents are still here. They live 4 miles down the street. We're getting along very, very well. So I'm so thankful and so blessed to still have them. And I'm blessed to have my house. I'm blessed to have my car. I'm blessed to have my doggy, Mr. Trevor. Mr. Trevor. I'm so blessed to have Mr. Trevor. He is the light of my life.
Here's some more highlights of 2025.
You have a wonderful New Year's Eve, a wonderful New Year's, Happy New Year's. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in 2026. Take care. Bye-bye.